Hello and welcome to Squatchbot.com. I'm Darrin Smith, and right now I am frantically packing my stuff. It is not for a Sasquatch expedition. Unfortunately, I have been given an evacuation advisory. It is not a warning or a mandatory evacuation. However, I think you can see behind me here the smoke that is outside my window. This is coming from the creek fire, and I live in very close proximity to this fire. This is a fire that is burning completely out of control along the Sierra Nevada mountain. It is now roughly 140,000 acres that have been burnt, and the northwest tip of this fire is roughly 15 miles from me. So already there are areas in very close proximity to me that have received the mandatory evacuation orders, and also there are areas that are under the evacuation warning. So this fire is moving very quickly, and it is continuing its pursuits in my direction. However, for me, it is not a dire situation at the moment. I do have a brother that lives in much closer proximity to the fire, and he is looking at evacuating today because he is already under the evacuation orders. So this is a very tragic event that is occurring. There are countless people still trapped in the Sierra Nevada mountains that couldn't get off the mountain in time. They have military rescue helicopters that are engaged in rescue procedures. There was a dramatic rescue that recently happened over in the Mammoth Pool area where there were over 200 campers that were trapped, completely surrounded by fire. They made it down to the lake. They were advised to actually get into the lake to escape the blaze that was around them. And the military helicopters were able to get in there and get those people to safety. However, there are still a bunch of backpackers, campers up in the Sierra Nevadas that are trapped, and they are still awaiting rescue, and that is a terrifying situation to be in. There's already been catastrophic damage. There are numerous homes in the mountains that have been destroyed. There are towns, mountain towns and communities that are absolutely being decimated by this fire. So it's been burning since Friday night late. They believe it started from a careless campfire, which to me is just really unacceptable. I think all of you that are watching this can appreciate the importance of maintaining close watch on any sort of fire, especially in an environment where it could get out of hand. And unfortunately, not everybody is as diligent at doing this, and unfortunately it does look like a campfire got out of control, and the blaze moved quickly. That whole area along the Sierra Nevada mountains, I have mentioned this on numerous episodes previously, that the bark beetle has created an extraordinary amount of devastation throughout the Sierra Nevada mountains, where tens of millions of trees have perished because of this beetle. So that means the forest is just an absolute tinderbox of fuel for these enormous fires that are happening now in California. So the fire is burning out of control, and it is moving both south and north, and also east and west. It's moving, it's expanding in all directions, and unfortunately it is moving very close. Bass Lake received an evacuation order today, and it is coming down the ridgeline into the Bass Lake area, and it is getting very close to North Fork, which was also evacuated, I believe, yesterday as well. So this fire is really moving into areas that are going to have huge consequences for the communities in this area, and we're just really praying for some sort of change in the weather, because the temperatures have been in the triple digits, and although it's starting to cool off now, the amount of heat that this fire is putting off is creating just an extreme amount of smoke and atmospheric conditions that are really kind of a rare phenomenon to see. It just goes to show how enormous this fire is and how aggressive it is. I do have friends that are actually working the fire, and they are telling me they have never seen anything like this before in their careers. The fire is actually creating spot fires up to 10 miles away from the base fire, which is extraordinary and also creates a very dangerous situation because it really helps to get this fire expanding. So really a scary situation. I do know that some of you out there, I'm absolutely sure you're not watching this, but I do know a lot of people that have subscribed to my channel that are down in those evacuation zones, and they are in a very precarious situation right now. And my heart definitely goes out to all of you guys out there that are impacted by this fire. I'm absolutely praying for you all, and I just think it's really important that everybody focus on the information that is coming through from the reliable sources. Don't stay in the area thinking that you can wait out this storm. This is something you have to be very proactive with. If you are anywhere near the Oakhurst area, anywhere along the Sierra Nevadas here in Madera County, Mariposa County, Fresno County, you absolutely have to pay attention to this fire because it is really a horrific situation, and you definitely want to give yourself plenty of time to get out of the area. So that being said, I need to get some things packed up. I do need to get some fuel, and so I'm going to zip down the hill to do that. I will be bringing this camera because I think there is going to be some dramatic views of the fire coming down from that ridge line. So I do want to take you guys along to show you what's going on here. And I also want to get back to the house and kind of discuss the impact that this fire is having, not only on the many lives of the people that are living up in that hill, but though it's not really a serious topic, I do want to share with you guys, since you are interested in Sasquatch research, kind of the impact that this fire is having on my research area, kind of where I've been conducting my research. In fact, if you watched the previous episode, that backpacking excursion, that whole area was up on that mountain, and those communities are being evacuated. In fact, I was also coming out of that backpacking excursion. I was down in the Dinky Creek area, the Shaver Lake area, and I also went over to the Huntington Lake area. And there's a lot of those areas that are just being decimated by this fire. So I'm kind of on a bit of a urgency here. There are things that need to be done, but I do want to reach out to you guys because I know that a lot of you out there know that I do live in the Sierra Nevada mountains, and I'm sure a lot of you are aware of the impact that this fire would have for me. And I just want to let you guys know how I'm doing, where I'm at, and kind of what this fire is doing at the moment. So that being said, I'm going to turn off the camera here, and I am going to get down to the gas station to fuel up my car, make sure that my car is evacuation ready, and then I'm going to return to the house and continue organizing my gear, getting my paperwork together, and also getting some things packed up. It's a terrible situation, and I'm not making light of this by making a YouTube video, but again, I do know that there are some of you out there that are aware that I am being impacted by this fire, and I just want to keep you guys up to date, and I absolutely appreciate all of the support you have shown me and my channel. Again, I don't want to make light of the situation and the impact it is going to have on the many lives of those living in the area. However, I would like to give you an idea of the size of this fire and the impact it is having on my research, experiences in the area, and my general livelihood. The fire started not far from Shaver Lake. Shaver Lake is an area I frequent yearly to conduct research, and it is in close proximity to where I've been conducting my camera project. Huntington Lake is a beautiful area where I have been engaged in research since 2007. I also do a lot of backpacking in this area. This is Redinger Lake, just for reference. This is the Mammoth Pool area. I did a 3-part episode of my journey along the Sierra Vista Scenic Byway and the beautiful 100-mile journey into the high Sierras from North Fork to Bass Lake. Here we visited the Ross Cabin, which was built in the 1860s, and we also ventured down to the Wagner's Country Store and Resort at Mammoth Pools. This is the Bass Lake area. This is where the infamous Goat Mountain is located and where I've been conducting field research along Road 426 since my arrival to this area in 2017. The creek fire started in Big Creek on the evening of Friday, September 4th, and it was the result of careless campfire monitoring. And the fire quickly engulfed the area in flames and quickly spread throughout the area. As of this morning, the fire had consumed nearly 140,000 acres, and it continues to burn out of control with zero containment. The fire is moving fast towards North Fork, where I frequented that area to conduct research and to communicate with the local Native Americans. And it is also pulling into the Bass Lake Basin, again, an area where I've been conducting field research along Road 426 and Goat Mountain. Oakhurst is a sizable mountain town with a population of approximately 13,000, which includes the surrounding areas. It is a major gateway to Yosemite National Park and the largest town in my area. This area is where I had my Sasquatch encounter in March, and it is also the general area the 54-year-old woman has gone missing. She is still wandering the woods in this area and is now in grave danger as the creek fire moves quickly into that area. As I headed to the gas station today, the smoke was absolutely suffocating and the visibility of the surrounding hills was limited. I couldn't even see where the fire and the smoke was coming from. It was so thick. However, emergency vehicles were ever present in the area. Realizing the situation was a little more dire than I had imagined, I quickly returned home, and when I did, I received an emergency alert on my phone informing me that the nearby area was upgrading its evacuation status, which means I need to focus on preparing for my departure. It is absolutely heartbreaking watching this beautiful forest go up in flames. Countless lives are going to be adversely affected by this fire, and the loss of animal life and habitat is going to be horrific. The fire continues to move in my direction, and it is very likely I will be evacuating the area in a day or two. And there is a very real concern I may actually lose my home to this inferno. 2020 is really turning out to be a little slice of hell, but the important thing right now is to keep the faith, to stay safe, and to trust that things will get better. I want to thank you all for your continued support. I will not be taking any chances with this fire, and I will absolutely be staying safe. I have friends and loved ones close to help me weather this storm, and I am confident that things will work out. Please be safe and take care, and pray for rain. I'm Darrin Smith, and I'll see you here next time on squatchspot.com.